Hey guys, this is Viper Stealth. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through my PvP build. This is my loadout that I use for player versus player. This might be in conflict or it might be in the dark zone, but all I need to do is go to options, I go into character, I press L2 to go into loadouts, and I scroll down to go to my dark zone PvP build. So just to talk you through this build, it's quite straightforward. You can see on the left the armor, the health, and the skill power. This really isn't a skill power build. It's more designed for kind of the heavy armor. The heavier armor, the better. So here I've got over quarter of, well, just under quarter of a million armor. So that's a lot of armor for the enemies to need to get through before they start putting a dent on my health. The higher the armor, the better. You pretty much want as much armor going into the dark zone as possible. I've got a couple of guns here. This LMG is mainly for NPCs and clearing landmarks, but if I was going into conflict, I'll probably change this weapon for something else. The good thing with this LMG is it's got 120 bullets in a mag. I've got 20% extra magazine capacity, which I've modified in the crafting bench that you can see just there on the right. And this brings the mag up to 120. It spits out over 17,000 damage. So for me, this LMG is great. I can just pummel loads of bullets towards a group of enemies, and I'm not running out of ammo anytime soon. But in the dark zone, I found something to be extremely useful, and it's SMGs. This game seems to love SMGs, and so I go with the converted SMG 9A2. I really like this weapon because I've got 20% extra magazine capacity on this weapon as well, and I've also got an extended mag on the weapon, so I get it right up to 52 mag, and it spits out bullets at 825 rounds per minute. So that's really fast bullets, and it's not a weak gun either. So this is a great gun to take into the dark zone because it can just spit out bullets, do good amounts of damage, and it's got a great mag, so you're not always reloading. But if you do need to reload, it's only a couple of seconds, and then you're spitting more bullets out to the enemies anyway. So these are basically the two weapons that I use in the dark zone, and they're both useful. And what I go for really is a high armor build that you can see there, so as much armor better. I also find that skills are very important in the dark zone, so I've got a couple of things there. I've got a shield. This is absolutely fantastic for being able to just whip up your shield when you see an enemy starting to shoot at you if you can't quickly get into cover. This shield is the middle one. It's the Crusader Ballistic Shield. And like I said, it's just really good to be able to quickly whip that up. It's just it stops a lot of the bullets coming through at you. It'll probably be destroyed in the first 2 seconds, but still it does the job of being able to kind of deflect some of those bullets and enable you to also shoot back while they're shooting at you until you find some suitable cover. And then also I go for the chem launcher. I've noticed that this is very popular in the dark zone. You get 3 ammo for this, and it's a brilliant way just to stim yourself or your teammates and give them extra health. I've found a lot of people would get behind cover, chem launch themselves, and then go rogue and start attacking people. So the chem launcher is really useful. This is the reinforced chem launcher, and I found it so useful to restock your armor and keep your health up whilst you're in a gunfight. So if you're not wanting to get through loads of armor packs, this is a great skill to take in with you. So these two are what I use for the dark zone. I'm pretty much level 50 or 49 in the dark zone. There you go. You can lose ranks in the dark zone, so I fluctuate between level 49 and 50, but these really do me well. High damage, a solid SMG weapon, LMG for kind of the landmark clearing, and these abilities to keep your health up and deal with those surprise attacks from opponents. But this is pretty much a quick show of my PvP build. I'll go into more detail about optimizing loadouts in a different video, but this is what I'll typically use for PvP, and it works very nicely for me. I recommend you give it a try. So if you've got any questions on my loadout, let me know in the comments, but if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, let me know you appreciated it. Cheers.